I received a call the other day from a man that said he was 92 years old and wanted to buy a home. Now, our conversation made me ask the question, is it wise for him to do so? Well, I'm not anywhere close to that age. I've been a licensed realtor long enough to know that there are some pros and cons of buying a home when you're retired. Now, you may think that as a realtor, I'm all about selling homes to everybody, focusing only on the pros, but I may surprise you here. So stick around for these cons because some of them should be taken very seriously. Let's jump right into a few of the pros of buying a home in retirement. Perhaps the first pro of buying a home in retirement is that you're able to build equity through financing, someone else's money. Although cash purchases save on the interest expense, retirees sometimes prefer to defer payments through a mortgage. One thing that many don't know is that mortgage companies don't usually consider age when considering an applicant's ability to be approved to purchase a home with financing. Retirement may last a long time, and appreciation can play a major role in building equity. Who knows? Maybe this is not your forever home. Maybe in 5 years you're going to want to move on to your next forever home. Home buyers are always telling me that they're buying their forever home, often in their 20s or 30s, but it's very seldom the case. If you end up deciding to move in, say, in 5 years, home appreciation could make a big difference in your overall financial picture, giving you many more options in retirement. Equity does have its advantages. It can be utilized for a home equity line for vacations or unexpected expenses like replacing the roof or an air conditioning system if your income is not an issue. While I'm not advising that it's wise, I've used my home's equity for investing and it worked out great for me. When you pass, that equity may be passed along as part of your legacy. Be sure to check with an attorney experienced in estate planning to ensure that your wishes are properly stated though. Otherwise, probate could be a real problem for whomever inherits your estate. Buying a home in retirement provides all sorts of security. You can know with relative certainty where you're going to spend the remainder of your days. Should physical handicaps become necessary, these accommodations can be made relatively easily and be tailored to your specific needs. If this is the content you're looking for, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click that little notification bell if you'd like more content like this. Another pro of buying a home after 60 is that you don't have to worry about massive rent increases or changing landlord requirements like having to move because the landlord no longer wants your pet in his or her home. Yes, buying a home does have some expenses, like taxes and insurance and maintenance that do tend to rise, but those increases are usually able to be predicted in advance. There may be tax benefits of buying a home in retirement too. Now, I'm not a tax advisor, but there could be property tax credits for retirees, depreciation benefits, and others. Check with your tax advisor for more on these as it can vary quite a bit from one state to another. While my team and I absolutely love helping every single person to buy a home, there are some cons to buying a home in retirement. The first con to buying a home in retirement is the maintenance and repairs expense that come along with home ownership. As I write this today, a new roof for a typical home here in Central Florida could get you for over 20 grand, and a new air conditioning system can get you for another 10 grand. If you don't have reserves, this could be a catastrophic expense and one that you just don't have if you're renting. While the expenses of owning a home can be burdensome, the headaches and worries of maintenance and repairs of home ownership can be even worse than the financial issue. Let's face it, as we get older, things just aren't as easy as they used to be. So simple tasks like cleaning out those gutters now require the expense and even worse, finding a trustworthy person to handle this seemingly small job. As we age, emotions can be skewed and the worries of these repairs can be debilitating too. Knowing that a landlord is responsible for repairs to the home can be a huge advantage to renting. When I'm meeting with retirees that are considering selling, routine maintenance is an often overlooked problem that I encounter. It's common that seemingly minor repairs are overlooked and become major problems for these retirees. I'm sure that some of you are saying, hey look, I'm 65 and I'm doing just fine. But I've seen some in their 60s that aren't doing so well at all, and sometimes they didn't even realize it. I've seen it more than once that a retiree sold for thousands less by waiting too long to sell their home when maintenance was ignored for extended periods. If you're renting, this isn't a concern. I've seen this more often when retirees were alone without familiar support. So if you've got good support from friends and family, maybe this isn't an option for you, but it is for some. Before I get to an often overlooked con to buying a home in retirement, if you've got real estate needs anywhere in Central Florida, either leave a comment in the comment section below or just pick up the phone and give me a call. I get those calls all the time. While home ownership has some financial benefits, costs to buy and sell can be huge expenses that are often overlooked and not part of the rental equation. Purchasing a home could cost over 2% of the selling price, and selling can run you over 7%, which is a lot of money and should not be overlooked. Yes, over time, these costs are deferred, but you just don't have this concern when you're renting. Another con to buying a home in retirement is the lack of flexibility. Should you want or need to move for some reason, selling a home can be a major headache, especially if you're much older and dealing with decreased cognitive function. Of course, being forced to sell in the wrong market can force you to give up all of that equity that I spoke of a minute ago. But it could also potentially take several months to sell. Whereas walking away from a rental could be expensive, it's comparably much less than with purchasing a home when you're older. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.